I'm senior student center, Jack Davis,
I'm the junior student center, Lindsey.
and we're gonna start by our school culture building activities, and something we just participated in was a school-wide culture survey and seminar, and 255 students participated, so roughly 75–80% of the school, and 87 were satisfied, with 13 felt like they needed an intervention. And this helped us gain many ideas of how maybe for next year and how Lindsey could help build school culture next year after I'm gone. Next, we've done this for 2 or 3 years where everyone goes to the gym in the high school, and you're paired up with multiple students from all different classes, and you sit down. And well, this is actually a slide of when Mr. Wagner came and spoke to us about the seminar. But this is how we're counted off. We're all counted off 1 through 9, and you're paired up with people. It could be from any class. You must learn everyone's name, their grade, and some kind of interest they have. And then you must move groups after Mr. Mobilini, our principal, comes by. He says, well, you have to go to this group, and you have to present your group's names and their grade and their interest. And the most efficient group that does this receive a free trip to pizza. Pizza's just a half-mile down the road, so that was a good experience for the upcoming freshmen. The freshmen are going to become sophomores, and juniors are going to become seniors. I think I actually skipped the page. And something of very big concern at Hazard High School is the smoking and the tobacco use in the bathrooms. And it's something that you may not know, but Hazard High School has been under extensive renovations this year, extensive renovations. And the number one thing was we wanted new bathrooms. Students said they wanted new bathrooms. They wanted to be able to use the bathroom and it be safe and not come out smelling like smoke, so they could go back to class and not have that lingering over them the rest of the day. And with the new renovations, our principal has offered a reward for if you catch someone using a tobacco product, you can turn him in, therefore, into the principal, and you will receive some kind of, what is the reward? Is it like $10 or something like that? It's like a $10 reward. It's basically a way of snitch on the people that are using the tobacco products in the bathroom. And next we've got our, coming up May 14th, we have our 8th grade that are going to become freshmen mentoring project. So the seniors next year, like Lindsey and some the student council in the back, they will take a freshman and they will help them tour the school. They will sit in on classes and then we'll eat lunch with them. They'll be paired up. I think individually maybe by 2 with 1, because the class, the junior class this year is a relatively small class. My senior class is relatively big.
Our junior class is less than 70 people.
Less than how many?
7. So
70.
It's like 50 it's like 50 something.
It's around 60.
We only have 280 odd students in the school, and only maybe 1,000 some maybe in the district. And they will also take a math placement test. Well, you can just leave it here. They have to take a math placement test whenever they come up to, because our principal does everyone's schedules by hand, because there's not as many students maybe as, say, a county school. So they take this math placement test, and it tells them if they're going to be in the higher rated math classes or not. And a way of keeping track of all of our community service activities, we have an online source that has been created to document school service projects called www.livebinders.com. It's a virtual 3-ring binder and can only be accessed by the designated users at the school, and it's also free. So if that's something other schools may want to implement in their schools.
That's interesting. And so is it a shared resource? Several people
I've
can
only-
post to it, or?
I've only been on it a handful of times, but it's really a way of accumulating all that we've done for our teachers, how they can put on there, and how we can grow maybe a larger portfolio on there before we, I guess, send it off or show it off. And
Some of our biggest community service events have included blood drives. I might have, I'd say, 60, 70 miles. We've had Thanksgiving food drives, the baskets, Star Child Christmas presents. That is personally, it's probably one of my favorite things that we do. We do it every year, obviously.
We're buzzed. I think we did it on the virtual meeting. We're buzzed to Walmart. We're given a little slip of a little child and what they like, and we go and buy them presents, and then come back to the high school and wrap them and then send them off.
And then the Salvation Army bell ringing and the senior citizen prom. For the senior citizens prom, you can do the junior or senior. And this year, I finally got to do it. I've been wanting to do it since I was a freshman, and it's a lot of fun.
You can just show off the senior citizens. We take them from, like, in the virtual meeting, like local, like retirement homes or any, like maybe just any senior citizen that wants to sign up, and we get to show them off for a day, you know.
That's right.
And our next is our education plan with attendance. And no need to say the original plan. We said that when we came in the fall. But now, students with 3 or less absences will receive a $10 gift card like Lindsey. And you have people like me that don't have very good attendance at all. And now students with perfect attendance will receive a $20 gift card, and these will be handed out at the award ceremonies for either the underclassmen awards, like on the last day of school, or the seniors are not the week before graduation. And 15% of our student body has missed 3 or less days. We're not a big school, but 45 students, that's a big chunk, I guess, out of our school. And next, with education, is our academics, and this is something that at our school we were kind of late getting the Win software. Not many people knew that they had usernames and passwords, but now all students in the entire high school and all 8th graders know their usernames and passwords. The 9th grade, the freshmen use it during 7th period for grammar, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The sophomores use it for reading, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And the seniors use it for the college and career ready classes to help them meet their state benchmarks. We actually had a agreement with our principal that if we reached a certain amount of college and career ready, he was going to take us out for a day. And I think that day is coming up soon, and who knows what we're going to do with it.
Did you meet, did enough of them meet the benchmark for you to get that day?
I think we were like
You need 2 more.
we're too short.
Oh, man.
But do we still have time? I think we still have time. Who knows?
Hope so.
And our next is probably Lindsay's favorite thing we've ever done in high school. She won't stop talking about it.
For behavior under the education, we had a Ghost Out program, but it was around this time last week, and it consisted of 10 students and a teacher will pull it out from class by the Grim Reaper. This was
We also have some photo of
insane.
them.
These students that were pulled out wrote their own obituaries, and they chose a classmate or one of their friends to read them at a funeral service. And this had to do with drinking and driving.
We did this, our prom was this past weekend, and we did this last week for the upcoming prom. It was just a way of becoming aware.
That makes it a little more realistic, doesn't it?
And, yeah, and these are students under sheets. It was sad. To be honest, I cried. It was sad.
It was an emotional service.
I took videos on my iPad of some of the obituaries that were read. After they were read, our guest speaker, James Whitaker, with the Pageant Police Department, spoke to us about the dangers of drink driving. And like we said, it was the week before prom.
Very timely.
Oh, sorry, and the coffin, we had a coffin in the middle of the gym, and they placed a mirror in the coffin, and they called the freshmen, and you'd have to come look, and then the sophomores, seniors, it was sad.
Just to where you can see yourself in the coffin.
It really opened
And
some of our
this is
lives.
probably your favorite calendar, the Backyard Health Care Challenge. And we,
Bad hair, that's,
And,
they brought that for me
like
last.
Breathitt County's project prom, we have after prom. We've always done it. It's always what's been called. We got the inflatables, and then we had the Bad Hair Don't Care Challenge, which is an event that after prom, it's just a place for the students to go to eat, play games, win prizes, and most importantly, stay safe for success. And students at the after prom had the chance to take the Bad Hair Don't Care Challenge, where you put on a blue wig essentially, and it's just a pretty interesting to prom attire.
Quite stylish in my blue hair.
And then finally, our conclusion: moral, attendance, academics, and behavior have all been positively impacted at HHS this year. Students have bonded through activities, felt the need not only to protect each other, but also the school's future. That comes with the mentoring project, and then the Ghost Staff, Lindsey's favorite, especially had a positive impact on students who think about that their decisions can hurt others become more aware.
And I knew that the ghost app was happy, and it was, that they had some of the lights turned off. Man, creepy music, it was